Hi friends, this is lecture number 32.1. In this lecture, we will find the parameters of three-phase half-wave controlled rectifier. So, we get these waveforms in my previous lecture. On the basis of these waveforms, we will find the parameters for this rectifier. So, I told you in my previous lecture that summary was output voltage is continuous for RL load for any triggering angle and for R load when alpha is less than 30 degree, and we get output voltage discontinuous only when load is resistive type and alpha is greater than 30 degree. For remaining other conditions, output is always continuous. So you have to remember this, and here VA naught is the phase voltage of phase A, that is equals to Vm sin omega t, and it is applied to diode D1, sorry, thyristor T1, and VB naught is the phase voltage of phase B, and that is equals to Vm sin omega t, and it is applied to thyristor T2, and VC naught is the phase voltage of phase C, that is equals to Vm sin omega t minus 240 degree, and it is applied to thyristor T3. Here Vm is the maximum phase voltage and Vp is the RMS value of phase voltage, and we know that RMS value is equals to maximum value by root 2, so we can write Vm by root 2, and this is the relation between phase voltage and line voltage, means Vp is equals to VL by root 3. So after knowing all this concept, we are now going to calculate the parameters. See this waveform. For continuous conduction mode, we can clearly see that each thyristor conducts for 120 degree. You can see here that each thyristor is conducting for 120 degree. So we can say that conduction angle of thyristor is equals to 120 degree, that is equals to 2 pi by 3. When output voltage is continuous, then we see that time period is 120 degree and we get VA naught from 30 plus alpha to 150 plus alpha. So from this waveform we can write average output voltage, that is equals to 1 upon time period. Here time period is 2 pi by 3. See this waveform. Here we get output voltage VA naught from 130 plus alpha to 150 plus alpha. So time period is 1 upon 2 pi by 3. And to find the average value of this waveform, what we have to do? We have to integrate over this time period, that is 30 plus alpha to 150 plus alpha. And what is the equation of waveform during this period? See, during this period the waveform is VA naught and equation of VA naught is Vm sin omega t. So we write it here Vm sin omega t. Now on integration we get 3 root 3 Vm upon 2 pi cos alpha. Now here in this expression we know that Vp is equals to Vm by root 2, and so from this we can write Vm is equals to Vp into root 2. So replace this Vm by Vp root 2, we will get this expression. Now we know that Vp is equals to VL by root 3. So replace Vp by VL by root 3, we get this expression. And now on simplifying this expression, cancel this root 3 and this root 2 will cancel with this 2 and we will get root 2 in denominator. So on simplifying we get 3 VL by root 2 pi cos alpha, and here VL is equals to RMS value of line voltage, and if we have to write the expression of maximum write the expression in terms of maximum line voltage, then we can write this VL is equals to VL max by root 2. So on putting this VL is equals to VL max by root 2, we get this expression. On simplifying this we get 3 VL max upon 2 pi into cos alpha. So this is the expression of these are the expressions for average output voltage. Now output voltage V naught is discontinuous when load is resistive and alpha is greater than 30 degree. These are the two conditions for output voltage to be discontinuous, that is load is resistive and alpha is greater than 30 degree. Now Then here we can see that even if load is discontinuous type, it means output is discontinuous, the time period will remain same, that is equals to 120 degree. You can see that this is discontinuous waveform, and here time period is again 120 degree. And here we can see that from waveform we get this output voltage VA naught from 30 plus alpha to 180 degree only. And once this VA naught becomes negative, we will stop getting the output voltage. So we will get VA naught only from 30 plus alpha to 180 degree. So to find the average output voltage in discontinuous conduction mode, what we have to do? We have to write V naught average is equals to 1 upon T. T is the time period. And what is time period? That is 120 degree or 2 pi by 3. And we have to integrate from 30 plus alpha to 180 degree. And what is the equation of waveform from 30 plus alpha to 180 degree? That is Vm sin omega t. So on integrating Vm sin omega t from 30 plus alpha to 180 degree and divide it by time period, we get root 6 VL upon 2 pi 1 plus cos 30 plus alpha. So this is the expression of average output voltage in case of discontinuous conduction mode. Here obviously each thyristor is conducting for 120 degree. So what will be the conduction angle of each thyristor? That will be equals to 120 degree, obviously. So in each case conduction angle of thyristor will be equals to 120 degree. Now what will be the waveform of thyristor current? See, when thyristor conducts, then output current start flowing through the thyristor. And we know that in case of RL load, this output current is constant. Okay, and when load is RL type, it means it is continuous conduction mode. So for continuous conduction mode, we get constant output current, and that has value suppose I naught. And to find the average thyristor current for continuous conduction mode, what we have to do? We have to multiply this maximum value I naught by into conduction angle of thyristor divided by time period. So here thyristor conducts for 120 degree. So conduction angle is 120 degree and time period of waveform is 360. So simply write in this way, we will get I naught by root 3. Now what is RMS thyristor current for continuous conduction mode? That will be equals to this expression. We have to simply take the root of this 3. These are all shortcut methods. Now when load is discontinuous, see, this is R load and alpha greater than 30 degree, and see this waveform. Here for alpha is equals to 60 degree, which is greater than 30 degree, and here load is R type. Here we can see that T1 conducts from 30 plus alpha. It means 30 plus 60, that is equals to 90 degree to 180 degree. We are getting the output from 90 degree to 180 degree only. So each thyristor is conducting for this angle. So conduction period of thyristor will be equals to 180 degree minus 30 plus alpha. So that is equals to 150 minus alpha. And the time period of this thyristor current will remain same, that is equals to 360 degree. So by shortcut method we can write average thyristor current is equals to I naught into conduction period of thyristor, that is equals to 150 minus alpha divided by total time period, that is equals to 360 degree. And for RMS value of thyristor current, what we have to do? We have to simply take the under root of this expression. So directly we get the ITRMS. Why we are using all these shortcut? Because here thyristor current waveforms are rectangular. That's why we are using all these shortcut methods. So finally this 3-phase half wave control rectifier is completed. I hope you all got the concept. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.